This time on the Nintendo Quest Power Tour, Jay and I sit down and create some poster art for our upcoming NES game.
Do you have any idea what this is?
We chat with Greg Honeycutt, who owns an awesome game store called Game Bros.
A lot of stores that I've been to, they'll have things out, but they won't have them for sale. And I'm like, what do you mean that's not for sale?
And we see one of the most impressive collections to date.
Holy cow.
Plus, we screened Nintendo Quest at the Alamo Drafthouse in Houston, and let me say, it was above all our expectations.
Are you gonna say it or me?
All this and more as the Power Tour continues. Game on! All right, 2 sheets of paper. We gotta draw our box art for our proposed NES game.
Why?
Well, because we gotta give the people that are gonna do the game an idea of what the box art should look like.
You know I can't draw.
Neither can I.
You could draw better than I can.
Well, we'll find out. Just humor me and go with your. You wanted me to include you in on the process. This is me including you in on the process. All right, so you can. Either,
so the cover art.
So you can draw like a square if you want, for like the box that
right.
I have, or you can just assume that the edges of the frame are the.
No, yeah, okay.
Here's a question for you. Why is it that when we get together with friends, there's such an emphasis on laughter?
Because we like to have a good time.
But like it's like out of the gate, it's like, when can we get the laugh going?
That's what life's about. What do you mean? Like that's what we do. That's what we do.
And we look for that joke of the night or that joke of the week. You know what I mean? Like every time. And we try to take it, and sometimes we bleed the joke dry, but we try to take it to that level. What do you think that is? Do you find that the humor gets to a point where it's like a stalemate and everything is kind of funny and someone has to push the line of what's acceptable?
When I tell a joke, it's hilarious and everyone laughs, and I see you watching me to trump that joke. So you do it like 10 times louder and more aggressive. So then all of a sudden you take over the room.
Is it a one-upmanship? Is it like two magicians? Like
yeah.
I believe this is your card. Well, here's this in my hat.
I tell a joke and the table laughs and it's all great and hilarious, but you want everyone to hear. See, you're already imitating what I'm saying, right? So you want everyone to hear, and that makes it
because it's
larger than life.
And you're a part of that.
But it's still originally my joke. I just
made it better.
Can I finish this, or what are we doing?
Go ahead, you go ahead. What's the worst compliment you've ever heard?
To me?
Sure.
The worst compliment I've ever heard.
And feel free to act it out.
You're really an attractive guy, but I think we'd be better suited off as friends.
Nobody told you that stock line.
No, they did. Absolutely they did. I'm not gonna name names because I'll protect the innocent and all that stuff, but they said that to me, right? To me. I was like, okay. You don't like Star Wars figures on the wall and all that stuff, but they said that,
weird.
yeah. Do you have any idea what this is? You got an idea.
So it looks like it's a parody of A New Hope a little bit. You've got
me.
Some girl with a lightsaber or a glowing sword.
That's me with the toque and the satchel. 6. We were talking about something with the 6, and this is a girl as yet unidentified.
Worshipping you.
No, Leia's grabbing Luke's leg in the poster, so I was trying to emulate that. Okay.
That's not a leg that she's grabbing.
Okay, so that's you.
Why am I over here?
You're Han.
Oh, I get to be Han now.
Yeah.
Is this official that I get to be Han?
Yes, you're Han. That's Jordan. It's Chewbacca. And Brianna and Sarah are R2 and 3PO. And Lord Vader, of course, is JD.
Oh.
That's supposed to be JD.
Okay.
Does he have hair? Doesn't he have it?
And the name of the game is Redendronk.
No, the name of the film is Tender Q.
The name of the film is Tendor Q. So that's the game right here.
What's this?
All right, this is mine. So this is just, you know, Nintendo Quest, and you're the big hero pointing at where you gotta go. The castle in the mountains of the Twinkling Stars.
Well, what's it based off of?
Nothing. Based off my imagination.
Yeah, good luck with that.
So if you're a Patreon member, you get a copy of these sent your way. And maybe you can help us decide which route to go.
Tender Q.
Tender Q?
Tender Q.
Or original fantasy.
This is actually 100 times worse than this one. So
Yeah.
check it out, everyone.
Tender Q is a way
Tender
better
Q.
name.
JD.
JD. But nobody, maybe people know why JD plays a role. With a bit of time to kill before our next stop, I wanted to check out a much-discussed retro store in LaPorte, Texas, about an hour from our hotel. My mouth hit the ground as I walked in.
My name's Greg Honeycutt. I'm the owner and operator of Game Bros.
Game Bros is the ultimate collector destination regardless of your gaming preference. I don't think I've seen so many rare gems all huddled in one location and surrounded with cool, down-to-earth staff that are genuinely interested in helping you snag the items you need and show you collectibles that you can't resist.
I run this establishment with Clint Dollins, one of my longtime friends. Me and him has been buddies since 1987. We just like to have fun, man. Like to play games, like to hook up a lot of collectors. Our primary target is collectors because when you go online, you never are sure about what you're getting. I've fixed countless games for free in this store because people, neglectful sellers on just say eBay or Amazon that are like, oh look, I can make money off games, and then they really don't care. You can tell who puts their heart into it and who doesn't. A lot of stores that I've been to, they'll have things out, but they won't have them for sale. And I'm like, what do you mean that's not for sale? You know what I mean? It's like, it's like what? Everything in this store is for sale. If somebody really wanted my computer, I'd sell it to them. I mean, why wouldn't I? I have a Toys R Us limited edition Extreme Green controller right there, 64 set. I mean, why would I leave that sitting up there and deny somebody that? You know what I mean? I would even take the console out and just sell them the box. We will help you get to where you need to be. Like if you're, I helped one of my dear friends almost complete an entire NTSC NES set. I mean, I got him from Top Gun to Little Samson. And we did it in like 8 months and he just was like ecstatic. But you know what, we did it at reasonable prices too. That is the key when you're collecting, is you want to keep going, but you don't want it to put you bankrupt either. I mean, I've had stadium events walk in here. I've had Little Samson. I've had a bunch of oddball things like that because people know we'll pay top dollar. But the coolest thing that I've had in here was a Megalo 410 arcade cabinet. That's a Sega Megalo, and those are pretty uncommon here in the States. They're real popular in Japan, but it was so cool, in fact, I had to take it home. I do plan on expanding multiple stores. We do have the inventory as of right now. The thing is getting the employees. I want top-notch, the highest caliber employee for every store.
So we met this collector in Texas. He's supposed to have one amazing collection, and I actually can't wait to see it. Since we're screening the film here, we're gonna go check it out. Whoa. Holy cow.
I started collecting back in 1991, and the very first thing I actually collected was my Dragon's Lair machine. And I started collecting a couple of arcade cabinets after that. And then when the Genesis came along in '91 and how much I loved Sonic the Hedgehog, I just saw a little candy container at the store, and then a poster, and then other toys, and I started decorating my room with it, and it just kept growing and growing. And I said, one of these days, I'm gonna build a game room for all this stuff.
Barry's collection sits in a separate 1,600 square foot building adjacent to his house. It's primarily made up of two sections. One he calls the museum, which features oodles of merch in a donut-style setup with back-to-back display cases in the center, and the other section he calls the arcade. That's where the gameplay happens. Jay and I both asked if it was possible to move in the second we were immersed in this magical gaming world he created.
Okay, Barry, so I'm gonna make it really difficult for you.
Okay.
But can you show me your 3 favorite pieces in your collection? Your top 3. That's
Top
gonna be
3?
hard for you, but
Oh, I can make it easy. Top 3.
yeah, let's do it.
The number 3 item I like the most is right here. It's a solid silver Sonic the Hedgehog covered with Swarovski crystals.
So that's custom.
It was custom.
Yeah.
Someone had it on eBay for over a year and it never sold.
Right.
And he sent me a second chance offer, and I said I took it. It's a pound of silver.
Wow.
Number 2 item is, of course, the Sonic the Hedgehog guitar, which was released only in Japan. I was lucky enough to get my hands on one. I never thought I would, but I was lucky enough to be able to get one.
So
And
Sonic is your thing. I
Sonic
take
is
it.
definitely my thing.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Number 1 item, turn around. Up in the corner. Those are my crown jewels. Sonic and Tails statue. They're very, very rare. They were only given to Toys R Us flagship stores, and the only one that had one in our area was in Clear Lake. They received them in '94, and when I saw them, I asked the manager, "Where did you get those? I want to get them." He said they were only promotional, only of course, available for commercial purchase. I inquired about them. He said back then they were $2,500 and $3,000 a piece.
Those are
And
absolutely incredible.
I kept after them year after year, from '94 all the way up to 2001. And in like March or April of 2001, I received a phone call that said, "If you want those statues, come get them." I slipped out of work, grabbed my truck, and went over there and got them before they changed their mind, and they were mine as of 2001.
So you have a lot of like, memorabilia stuff, like
Yeah.
more than I've seen in all the collections we've seen. It's quite impressive, actually.
Barry and I worked together, and one day he used to come out and talk to me before he would start shows. And one day he drew a floor plan of a game room, and he says, "One day I'm going to have this." And at the time, I didn't know what kind of collection he had, hadn't really seen it. We weren't even dating at the time. And he kind of just crumpled it, threw it in the trash. And he didn't know, but I took it out of the trash and kept it for years. And we dated, we got married, and about 8 years later, after we got married, we decided to build a house. And I pulled out that piece of paper and gave it to him and said, "You ready to build your game room?" And he's like, "I can't believe you have this. It's so fantastic." And that was the floor plan we used for the first part of the game room, to actually use the display cases and everything. I mean, we had been buying things up as we went because we always kind of had an idea, but he had completely forgotten about that drawing.
All these items were in storage for over a decade because I had nowhere to put them. And the house we used to live in, it couldn't hold it. And it took a year to put this room together. So that you're talking, this is 1,600 feet of heating and cooling space. Right now, I'm keeping it 75 degrees with 40% humidity. Humidity control is very important with a collection like this. And this is 2 decades of work. I used to go out on my days off on a regular basis. Like when Banjo-Kazooie came out, I went to every Walmart, Target, Toys R Us, Montgomery Ward's, and asked for their store displays, their posters and signs. If one store said no, another one would say yes. Repeat this over and over for 2 decades, and that's how I was able to get duplicates and triplicates of most of this stuff.
So Barry, out of everything in this incredible world you've created, your wife pointed out this sign to me, and I think the story behind that is amazing. So why don't you tell me about that sign there?
This sign is the sign for the arcade that I grew up in. And where I live in Baytown, where they opened the brand new mall, and it had an arcade in it, which I've never seen before in my life. You went in there, and that was, the beginning of the arcade. And when I went in there and saw it, you went in the game room and there was hundreds of games. It seemed like it was probably like about 50. But this was the arcade I grew up in. And the long story short, I thought they threw it away when they remodeled the mall back in 1990. I took a chance back in 2005, and I went to what was left of the arcade, which is a family fun center, throw the skee ball to win tickets. It's owned by the same people after all these years.
Right.
She said they had it in an old warehouse in Mississippi, all rusted and beat up. If you want it, you're welcome to come and get it. We made a road trip to go pick it up, and I restored it from a rust pile to like it was new back in 1981.
That's really cool.
I only know a few other people on the internet that were actually able to get their arcade sign. There was one guy who got one that said Aladdin's Castle, and I was impressed that he got his. It's so bright, I had to unscrew every other bulb because that's a sign made out in the mall.
Yeah.
So I turn them on to let everybody see what it would look like, and then I turn them back off because it washes out all the color.
Right. Love it.
One thing he tells people a lot is don't let anyone tell you that it's not worth doing or that it's not a good hobby. It's a perfect hobby. It's good for anybody.
You can do it. I did it. You start off with one little toy like I did, and it builds. Look around. Go to garage sales. Go to old stores. Sometimes they have old displays, and they'll let you have them. It happens occasionally. You can do it. I mean, just keep looking. You'll find the stuff where you'll never expect it.
Well, the arcade sign, that's what really got me. When they were telling me the story of that, I was fighting back. Can you imagine having, like, if we had Ace Arcade, the A, or like the Wizard plaque or something like that, that something that actually helped form Barry in who he is, that he actually has that. So I'm not going to say my usual line here, but this is not even a collection that he's made. This is like a world that he's created. And yeah, nothing is compared to this. So it's awesome. I'm speechless. So here we are in Houston, Texas at the Alamo Drafthouse, the legendary Alamo Drafthouse, for a sold-out screening of Nintendo Quest. I am really, really nervous now. This theater chain has a huge history, and I'm really excited. They got a bunch of Nintendos set up, which is awesome. There's some vendors there selling some video game related merchandise. People are being turned away because we're sold out, and it's crazy to me. It's a feeling I can't describe. It's a feeling of achievement, you know? I mean, we've been working so hard for the last couple of years, and now we finally get to show everybody. And I just can't wait to get the night started.
Hello, Katy, Texas. How you doing tonight? Excellent. Everybody's excited to see Nintendo Quest, I see. I see a lot of gaming. I see a lot of gaming t-shirts. My name is Glenn Stanway. I am an associate producer with Nintendo Quest and with all things Nintendo Quest related. I am the third voice on a podcast you may or may not have heard. If you haven't, do so. nesclub.podomatic.com. It is my honor today to be able to introduce the film you're about to see and the guys who are responsible for making it. I have known a guy named Jay Bartlett for many, many years. Jay is a very good friend of mine. And a couple of years ago, Jay told me, my buddy Rob and I are making a movie. And I said, okay. And then I started seeing this Kickstarter link floating around. And I see this thing gaining momentum. And I know that Jay is doing something he's really, really passionate about. So I fund them. And a little bit later, Jay tells me, well, we want to do a podcast so we can talk about this movie a little bit more. And we want you to help us out. And ever since then, I've had the distinct pleasure of being able to see this thing, this snowball, just turn into something that's feeling really cool and really huge. And it's been a pleasure and an honor. So, without further ado, let me introduce to you the writer and director of Nintendo Quest, Mr. Robert McCallum, and the star of Nintendo Quest, the video game rock star himself, Mr. Jay Bartlett.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah. No, come on. Are you guys ready?
This, of course, is my treehouse.
Wow.
But for a very brief period, it was something else.
This was the original NES Club.
Or clubhouse.
Clubhouse, there
Yeah,
you go. Look
but
how
we
small
had-
it is.
We had our first Nintendo club in here.
Yeah.
Let's take a trip down memory lane.
Of course you want to see us up here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stunt work, right?
here we go. Oh, getting old. Oh, it's fun. You're not going to be able to get in here. All right, Winnie the Pooh, you're in? Good.
All right, so
What were we thinking?
where are we gonna put a TV in this place now?
Well, on the corner, obviously. I really hope this doesn't collapse, because that would really suck.
I thought the film was great. Brought back a lot of memories I had when I was a kid. When I saw the preview, my son, 12 years old, was just as excited about it as I was. And not only did it reoccur memories for me, but it made memories for me and my son. which is something that you can't make up and can't take away from you.
It's like going through childhood, the memories, all the experiences, going through it myself, trying to get games. It just brought so much to the table. You know, getting to meet the people, looking for the games, the adventure of it. It was just beautiful. It was beautiful.
You know, once you get into the movie, it was really more about him battling his own demons and getting out there and getting out of his comfort zone. So it really, you know, I got a personal feel for that too. So that was cool.
Because it's a movie about following your dreams, and I think that everybody should follow their dreams.
Very multi-dimension film.
Absolutely recommend it. If you love video games, if you've ever gone out and tried to find one, if you've ever gone on that quest, if you have friends that told you about it, just anything, see this movie. It will change you.
So holy crap, man.
Are you gonna say it or me? That was the best one yet? What do you think?
This is one of your lines from the film that I'm gonna parody. Just when we think it can't get any better, it just keeps getting better.
Even, you know what's great is that Barry Today the Collector was on the same level as this. Like the whole day was just jacked.
It was just
awesome.
like, let's take it to the next level.
Sold out show, which was, I got a nice still of that. Sold out show. Glenn emceed, which he did an amazing job on, and then the Q&A was the best Q&A.
It was great. It's great. And there was a retailer there for a local game shop that said, man, I want to carry your film in our store. So we're working on that now. Like, people coming up to us, they're just like blown away by it. Like, I get it. I know what you guys are trying to do. This means so much to me. Thank you for making this film. Thank you for sharing your story.
But I mean, it's opportunities. You have to take them. You have to get out there. Show.
Speaking of opportunities, I think we got to take advantage of a nice cold one.
Let's drink.